Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, and welcome back for our second Ravensburger Puzzle Hangout.
Cheers to 2021.
Woo!
Absolutely. All right. I am Tuck. I'm one of the brand ambassadors with Ravensburger, and my background is the Puzzler's Place, which is one of the amazing Ravensburger puzzles that you can do. And I want to talk through some of the main reasons that you guys are here. Let's be honest. We have some amazing puzzlers with us today. So as we go through, I want to introduce all of our wonderful puzzlers, as well as have them kind of tell you where you can see more of them, as well as what puzzle they will be working on tonight. So let's start with Bonds from @Bondsinator on Twitch and Instagram. Welcome.
Hi, thank you so much. And yes, as you said, my name is Bondsinator, and I am on all socials as that name. And tonight I'll be working on a cozy puzzle, and it's actually Tuck's background. And we were commenting this last night on my stream. There are 3 cats, 2 of them are kittens, 1 puppy, and 1 Saint Bernard, all in one room. And I don't know how realistic that is technically, but I'm going to be enjoying this puzzle tonight.
That is the magic of
Not
puzzle
always
play.
the coziest. Yes. Yeah, it's my wife's favorite because she sees sleeping kittens and goes, that's exactly what I would like in my life. Thank you.
Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Bonds. All right, next up we have Melly from @Puzzle Nonstop. Welcome, Melly.
Hello, everybody. Happy 2021. And yes, I'm excited to be here again. And I will work in this puzzle. It's called Needlework Station. And I love it because it has big pieces, very nice ones. And also I love the colors that it has. So you can see here in this screen, I will start doing it when we go live. So it will be great.
Awesome. All right. Next up, we have Fabian from @The Jigsaw Solvers. Welcome, Fabian.
Dramatic entrance in 3, 2, 1.
Fabian may have stepped away. I love his screen. He's got a dual screen setup. There he is. Hey, Fabian.
There he is.
Yeah, there's one problem. I actually can't hear Tuck. So I can see he's talking, but I'm not hearing him.
He's only saying great things about you, Fabian. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. So
All
I can
right,
still introduce myself. Was that
Yes, please do.
the whole topic? So I'm doing
Yes.
the same puzzle as Bondsinator, which is...
Ooh, competition.
1 second.
Hey, wait, did you already sort your
It
pieces?
is called
I don't know.
La pièce du puzzler. So it's the puzzler's
What?
place. Yeah.
La pièce, what?
Can I hear Tuck now? Maybe.
Can you hear me? No.
Great piece. So 750 piece count. Good luck to everyone.
Fabian set it up like this is the speedrunning competition. Good luck to everybody.
Yeah, and
That
he
may
said
be
it.
a little bit.
He said it in like perfect French, and I didn't even know it was in La pièce du puzzle. Was that pretty good?
Whoa.
Pretty good. Love it. All right. And last but not least, we have Nate from the Ravensburger Puzzle team. Nate, welcome.
Thank you. Happy to be here. For my recurring fans, if you remember last time, I was puzzling the 150-piece wolf puzzle. I did finish the puzzle. It only took 40 minutes after the show. Got it done, people. So I have kept this up since to commemorate this victory, not just for these viewers, but for all of Ravensburger.
Woo!
Happy to be here.
Very nicely done. What are you working on?
Ambassador right there.
This is Romantic Sunset, a 750-piece large format puzzle. Item number is 19940 if you'd like to pick it up yourself. Beautiful puzzle. Fantastic colors. Wow.
Very nice.
Wow.
Nate, you are moving up quite a few pieces this time. How do you feel with the comfortable level on that?
You know, it's been a tough season. There's been a lot of training, a lot of diligence that goes through this, but I think I'm up to the challenge, Tuck, you know?
Okay.
Yep.
This is what it's all about. It's all about puzzling, resolutions, and pushing forward.
Exactly.
New year, new me.
Exactly. You want to be able to push yourself further than you
Yep.
have before.
Nailed it.
Awesome. And I see in our chat, welcome to all of you who are joining us. I'm seeing some comments from all of the people joining us. Sounds like some people are even going to be joining us with their own puzzles. So that is awesome. We can't wait to see the things that you guys are doing as well. Before we dive in, I do want to let you all know that there is a giveaway happening right now on the Ravensburger North America Twitter page. All you have to do is like and retweet the giveaway post, and that will automatically enter you to win a brand new 1,000-piece puzzle called Lions, Tigers, and Bears, Oh My. And I can actually show this here. It is a beautiful puzzle with kind of the theme of a little bit of a Wizard of Oz. I love the details. It's gorgeous. I love the witch in the corner with kind of like her evil minion monkeys. It's fantastic. So again, go to the Ravensburger North America Twitter page, like and retweet the giveaway post to be entered to win this 1,000-piece puzzle. And we cannot wait to see this. And hopefully you can't wait to get it. And we'll see who wins, be able to put this together.
I highly recommend, if everybody likes, those who like this puzzle image, look up Most Everyone is Mad. It is also by the same artist, also in 1,000-piece, another awesome puzzle.
Very
wow.
Cool. Yeah, I love the art style on that. So if you love that, definitely be sure to enter. That is awesome.
Yes, I've already retweeted it just now.
Bonds is going in.
Hey, and Fabian has the other one. Look at that.
Yeah, there it
is. On that. Beautiful.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's very colorful.
Yep.
Lots of dark sections. Tricky, but
absolutely. All right. So I think, what everyone's here to do. Let's go ahead and get settled in. Let's get puzzling. I know some people, Fabian, might have a few pieces kind of sorted out already.
Only the edge.
Only the edges. Okay. All right. I can handle that.
And there's actually a puzzle in the puzzle. So I've also sorted that in like a separate bowl.
There's a puzzle in the puzzle.
There's,
that's right.
There's a puzzle in the image. Yeah.
Oh,
so I found
no.
every pieces. Yeah.
Oh no.
It looks like Bonds may have had an accident. Did he knock some off the table?
Let's get on the field. Bonds, what's going on over there? Are you okay?
I have some puzzle keys. I mean, I have some puzzles in my keyboard. Puzzle pieces in my keyboard. I'm like falling apart. Can't even talk. Well,
that's one of the difficulties of combining computers and puzzles together.
It's like the nightmare losing a piece in the very beginning.
As long as you keep puzzling, you'll calm down and like the tension will ease. Like any stress, this is the perfect combination. It's like when the unstoppable force meets the immovable object of stress versus conflict.
And I am wondering, I thought I was one of the only people who was coming back to get a large piece puzzle, because if you guys saw stream, when did we last stream this? November?
No, December.
Yeah.
So last December, we had some amazing puzzle ambassadors on stream, and I was one of the only people who put in a piece backwards because I was so nervous. And then I thought, oh no, they're sending me a large piece puzzle because they know I can't do the normal size. Anyway.
I actually love the large format. It is just
it's nice.
Super easy to handle. I puzzled Puzzler's Place also. It's awesome.
Oh wow.
It's a nice casual experience. It's like it's not overly difficult, but it's also like, it's not easy. It's nice. It's like that perfect mix of like, oh, I can do this no problem, and like, oh, okay, there's a lot of pieces. You get that nice balance.
Exactly. And I think it's better for live streaming too, because it's easier to see all the pieces.
Streamer friendly.
Absolutely. one of the things, and I love this, I'm seeing a lot of pieces come through with the chat. We've got quite a few people that are puzzling with us, and I absolutely love this. Be sure, if you are doing some puzzles today, be sure to tweet at Ravensburger Global or to share on the Instagram and show us some of your progress, especially after we finish. We'll be able to see all of our puzzlers, the progress as we go through tonight. But they'll also be sharing on all of their social media the completed puzzles as well, so that we can see those. So feel free to join in with that.
I have to tell you that it already. So I'm using these trays that they recommended in the last one that we had.
Yeah.
It's kind of very handful, very useful.
Where'd you get them?
This one is the Ravensburger trays. I got it on Amazon.
Oh, okay. I should have gotten them.
Ravensburger has several different puzzle kind of accessories as well. We have something to help roll up puzzles, which is great when, like myself, it takes a couple days to finish. And we have cats, and we have had several times the cats just destroy the puzzle overnight. So it's fantastic to be able to actually roll up the puzzle, put it on the shelf, and bring it back the next day. They've got some places where you can kind of set the sorter pieces, kind of like what Fabian's done. He's done it with just cups. Melly has done it with the puzzle tray to kind of pick out like edge pieces or different sizes.
That's a great idea. Do your cats eat the pieces? I know some cats eat puzzle pieces.
They definitely chew on them, and then we find them under couches or wherever for a few days.
Oh no. That's funny.
Yeah, and Ravensburger also has a really nice, and Melly, maybe the one you're using are very similar. They've got a really nice puzzle board that you can kind of work on at an angle as well.
Yeah, I'm just trying first time today, and so far I'm loving it because it's easier to see the puzzle from a different perspective. It's a little lifted, and the pieces stick together very well here. So I was scared that they were going to fall off, but so far it's working really, really nice.
Really?
And you can control it everywhere. So that's an add, because I like to do puzzles in the coffee table at night, sometimes watching a TV show or something. So I can move this to different places. So it's great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the one Melly's using right now is the puzzle board. That's like that's the wooden-based one we're coming out with. I know I had teased this last time. The puzzle stand and go, which is the more just compact version of that. So stay tuned for that, because that's coming out this year.
Hey, I already put one piece together. How's everyone else? Oh no. What?
I'm just flexing, okay.
Wait, I just put my first together.
We were rolled into a sense of false security with Bond being like, oh no, all these puzzle pieces. Hey guys, by the way, where you at? I'm already done with the corners and the edges.
Babe is the one that started it. He was like, I have the same one as Bonds. Bring it on.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of healthy competition.
Yeah.
Like stressing out over here.
Just keep on puzzling. Keep calm and puzzle on.
Have you guys seen New Girl, where Winston loves to put puzzles together, but he's not very good at it? Haven't you guys
I feel
seen
like
that?
That's about where I am. I enjoy doing them, but I'm pretty terrible.
He's so funny because he has this theme song that always gets stuck in my head. And he goes, puzzling, we're just gonna puzzle it. And then he like puts it in a piece backwards. He's like so into it.
That's got like Reading Rainbow vibes, that song. I like that.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to hear from you as well as our chat, and I've seen a few things coming through. The people that have mentioned that they're working on puzzles along with us. I've seen that a couple people actually. So Postal Puzzle is doing a 9,000. I think it's a 9,000 piece, which is insane.
Nice.
We've got Al Marie, who's doing a 3,000 piece. So for you all, what is the your kind of optimal piece puzzle, and then what's the largest one that you would like to do this year?
So I think that I would be down for like 1,000 piece, maybe like a 1,200. But like regarding largest, I would say I do like the physically large pieces for this puzzle. I'm really digging it, and I would love to do the same size piece, but maybe like 1,000, just to like challenge myself some more. I don't know if you guys have it in that amount.
We currently have 300, 500, and 750 piece large format, but fully noted.
Yes. Yes.
You just need a little bit bigger area to do it.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's true. I didn't even think about that. But now you can buy, Ravensburger Global, go on their website, buy the roll-up mat, and you'll have enough room. It's easy.
We're going to have to make a Ravensburger like table specifically branded and designed for huge discounts.
Oh,
Like
some
folding
people
out
would buy
sections.
that.
Absolutely.
Some people would buy it.
That's
I would
premium.
actually buy one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the 750 just barely fits on that table. I have 20 centimeters extra on that side, and then it's 60 centimeters on this edge, so it sits like really flush.
Whew. You do not have a lot of room to move around there.
No.
Well, the puzzle that I put together from last stream, it actually took us a few days afterwards because I couldn't do it afterward. And we had to set up 3 table trays and put it on a piece of cardboard and balance it on 3 table trays until we were done with it. So yeah, I totally get the whole space thing.
You really do need a specialized space for large piece counts.
Yes.
Well, I have a 32,000 seat in the closet right now because the puzzle room, now it's a home office. So I have to transform that one.
Oh. Like working from home and all that?
Yeah, it's taking homeschooling and office right now, but I will do it
Pretty much
one day.
everything.
Yeah, our dedicated puzzle and game spaces have been generally kind of requisitioned for some other things this year, for sure. Fabian, what about you? What's your most comfortable piece count, and then your largest piece count that you've either done or would like to do?
I actually don't recall. I think I have a 2,000 piece puzzle I did a really long time ago. But the largest Ravensburger I've done is definitely 1,000. Mm-hmm. And I think 1,000 and 1,500 is like a nice amount of pieces. So I can do it in like 2 or 3 days. And yeah, I think that's it. 1,500 is a nice puzzle count, but 1,000 is like my go-to.
Yeah. I think whenever you've got like your peak, probably I would say maybe around 75% or so is kind of the more comfortable area to sit in. Anything less than that, and it's a little bit easy, but it's nice to do when you just kind of want to relax and do a puzzle instead of kind of thinking too much about it.
Mm-hmm.
Nate, how about you? We've seen such a wide range between our 2 puzzle events. Where do you like to sit?
Nobody knows where I'm going to be next. Am I going to jump to like a 10K? Am I going to jump to the 40K? So I actually my folks and I just finished. And I say by my folks, I mean they did 90% of it, and then I came in at the last second to help with this guy. We just finished one of our 3,000 piece puzzles, and I think it was good. It's rewarding. But I would say of the piece counts I've done, I think a 2,000 is my next goal. I have a Star Wars puzzle over there that I'm going to try to complete with my brother. So 2,000, I think, is going to be the highest I go, because 3,000, you really, like we're talking about, you need really big table for it.
Mm-hmm. And how long did it take?
For my folks, God, I think they put in 100 hours.
Goodness.
And they were like cranking. Because you got the competition. Well, like I said, it's like the personal competition of I got to get this done.
Yeah.
And that's what's cool about it. You can go at your own pace, but sometimes you get the best of yourself and you say, okay, one more piece. Get the piece. Okay, one more piece.
Yes, absolutely. Puzzles are one of those things where I generally, my wife is a lot better at sticking to something and working on puzzles for a long time. I personally will work for about 15, 30 minutes max and then be like, I think I need to step away. But except for that one more piece issue where I'm looking and I'm like, I know I can find that one piece that fits in that exact spot. I just need to find it.
I know, and I'm a stubborn puzzler. If I say I'm going to find this piece, I won't stop until I found that piece.
Mm-hmm.
So I will ignore every other section of the puzzle. It's like just that one piece.
I ran into it a few times obviously with the cats. I picked out, I need this piece, and I could not find it. And then it was, a cat would walk in with it in their mouth. And I'm thinking,
my goodness.
You gotta be kidding me.
Something of a sitcom.
They're like, that's what you get for not waking up early enough.
Yeah. Cats are notoriously rough, but they're wonderful.
So would you rather have dogs and puzzles or cats and puzzles?
Depending on the size of the dog, I feel like if you put it on a table, a lot of dogs will leave it alone. If they're small, they can't jump up. The big ones will just put their paws on the table and just demolish the entire thing. The cats like to sit up while we're doing it and kind of watch us. And then as long as you can roll it away at night, maybe that might work out. So do you all have pets and have to deal with this?
So like something for me is that I have a small half corgi, half terrier. So never too much of a trouble. However, we don't have a table. So we do everything on our rug in the living room floor. And that's where, dog hair comes into problem and stuff like that. But he's pretty good about it.
I have the most lazy dog ever, so she barely moves. It's a Frenchie.
Oh,
She's on the couch all day looking at me like I'm not going to move at all. So I have no problem with that.
Fabian, do you have any pets you have to be careful of?
So I actually have a dog. He's 4 years old. It's a fox terrier, and he just doesn't mind when I'm doing puzzle. He sleeps, but then when he really wants to play, he'll just bring me like every toy one by one, and then he sees that I'm not reacting, so he's just waiting and he's wiggling and he's waiting for me to do something, and then I just kind of concede and go play with him. And then I go back.
Like a cutie.
Yeah.
That's I love well-trained dogs. When they're not well-trained, it's very tough.
Yep, exactly.
There are no well-trained cats, so you don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, I feel like they wouldn't be a cat if there were a trained cat. Because they're like, we don't care about you. We're going to do whatever we want. We're a cat.
Oh, man, I'm seeing so many wonderful things in chats. I love old movies. Says that the cat walks all over the puzzle when they're working and pieces get stuck on the paws, so they fall.
Oh, no.
And Al Marie has cats, but they generally are able to keep the pets away. And Polar GTV, unfortunately, said they have a hamster that has peed on a puzzle. It sounds
no.
so sad.
What?
And then Postal Puzzle has mentioned the fish. The fish is thinking about doing something, but hasn't been able to figure out how to do that yet.
But if it's a goldfish, it's only for 5 seconds. Then it has to start over.
That's right. And depending on how big the aquarium is, you might be able to bring them right up next to the puzzle so they can see what you're doing, or maybe it's from across the room. Oh, and the worst, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but sometimes we're hearing from, yes, Aaron, hi. I'm not sure if I pronounced that correctly, but the kids are the ones that will mess up the puzzles the most. It's not so much the pets.
Oh, shoot. There's nothing you can do.
Nothing you can do about that. You can't just close the door and shut them out.
Yeah.
All right, I want to break in here as well and do a few reminders. So for anyone that has joined us recently, there is a giveaway happening right now on the Ravensburger North America Twitter page. And if you like and retweet the giveaway post, you will be entered to win a brand new 1,000-piece puzzle, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, Oh My, which again is just absolutely gorgeous. The art style on this is fantastic. The colors are wonderful. So definitely go over to the Ravensburger North America Twitter page and like and retweet that. And then also, for anyone that isn't aware, Ravensburger and the National Pediatric Cancer Foundation is hosting a design contest right now where 10 lucky participants will be chosen and have their designs featured on limited edition puzzle to raise money for pediatric cancer, which is absolutely awesome. So for details on that, participants have to be 18 years or younger, and you can submit your designs until the end of this month, so January 31st at 9 p.m. Eastern, and you can visit ravensburger.com to learn some more about that. So if you have a young artist, reach over there for a good cause. That's awesome.
I see Daryl mentioning board games and his dogs falling asleep there. I'm sure, Daryl, have you played any Ravensburger board games? I know there's a lot of Ravensburger board games out there. And if so, which ones?
Yeah, and one of the things that we do on this Twitch page as well, we do a lot of different games. So for Ravensburger, so we have some of the villainous games. There's several out there. There's a Marvel as well as Disney villainous, and then all kinds of different games. So if you are looking for a good board game to play, absolutely.
Yeah, I actually have some of the Ravensburger games behind me. You can see it. There's villainous there. There's 3 different villainous, and then El Dorado and Castles of Tuscany is behind my chair. All great games, and I've actually watched Tuck and Chelsea to help myself learn how to play one of them, and it was on this channel. It was really cool.
Yeah, Ravensburger has some amazing games, and so feel free, if you guys are in the Twitch and want to just start following the Ravensburger Twitch page, we will be doing more puzzling events and a lot of different games, and you'll see some of the new games and some of our older games that we'll be showcasing. All right, so I want to hear from our puzzlers, because I know that's why you all are here. So again, this is all about resolutions for 2021. So I would love to know about the puzzles. I know a lot of you guys are streamers and kind of do this either on Twitch or for YouTube or Instagram. I would love to know if you have a goal for puzzling this year as far as the number of puzzles. Are you trying to hit a new number, trying to hit, I don't know, 100 in a year, a couple? So like, Bon, start us out. Do you have any goals like that for this year?
I would say my goal is just slightly like different oriented. So my goal is to do a puzzle for a theme of a video game that I'm playing. For example, or like a board game that I'm playing. So for example, Ravensburger has the Villainous collection for board games, but they also have a themed puzzle with villains and with Disney villains. And it's so cool. And so like, for example, if I do a stream or an Instagram video or a picture of like, hey, check out this really cool game, then maybe like a following post could be, hey, look, they have a matching puzzle and now I get to do 2 different things with the same theme. So that's kind of like my goal for this year.
That's awesome.
I would like to hit the 100 puzzles a year.
Okay. 100 puzzles a year. So average one every 3 days or so? I bet
every 3 days, yeah. So it's a little bit too much. Maybe I can do smaller count puzzles so I can do it faster. Mm-hmm. But yeah, last year I didn't do much. So this year I want to try to reinforce that and do a lot, way much more.
Yeah, that's awesome. Fabian, how about you? Do you have a puzzle goal for this year?
So I'll try to do at least once a week because I have lots of things to handle. I'm finishing a master's in piano performance. And
Wow.
I've actually
That's
started and thank you. And I've actually started a YouTube channel last year in April or May. And I'm at 385, 386 subscribers. And my goal by doing one puzzle a week is to try and hit 1,000 by the end of the year. So that's like the main goal for the channel. I want it to grow, and I've already have a small community of people with whom I'm interacting, which is very fun, which is ultimately what I want. And yeah, so one puzzle a week for sure.
That's cool.
That's awesome.
Preferably a Ravensburger puzzle.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
They've got a great variety. So that's the fun thing about that, I think.
Well, you can put this video on your stream or on your YouTube channel.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Nate, what about you? I know a lot of your puzzling is more career based than so much streaming and putting together, but what's your goal this year?
So I, on the 2nd of January, celebrated 1 year at Ravensburger. I started last year on January 2nd. So I have had the pleasure of seeing a product line of preparing in 2020, preparing the specialty line for 2021. So what I would like to do now is puzzle each piece count in Kids Puzzles category, since that is what I manage predominantly. We all work together on stuff to review artwork and other aspects, but I would like to puzzle one new novelty from each piece count that I worked on in Kids. So that way I can see, okay, was I hitting the mark? Where can I improve upon? What worked? What didn't?
Yeah, to be actually able to feel the things that you're putting together.
Right.
Yeah, and you know your product at that point.
Yeah, and we do things to make that less disconnected, where you're not just looking at a screen. We have piece overlay, so we get a sense of, okay, the pieces are going to be this big, move something over here to fill in that space. But yeah, until you actually are puzzling it, you can only know so much. So that's something I think that will be a nice firsthand experience to see.
Fantastic. Those are some really good goals. And I'm seeing in the chat some fantastic goals as well. I've seen some people that have some really big piece puzzles that they would like to finish. Maybe one from even a year or so ago that they just haven't finished up yet. We've got somebody trying to hit 50 puzzles in a year. And then I had seen something that they were saying, Elephant Puzzles was saying the puzzle goal is not to buy any more, but to do the ones in your to-do pile. And I agree. You can never have too many. They're like books. Sometimes they're nice to have just on your shelf and even better to finish.
Yeah, that's like me with my video game library. You keep getting them, they're on sale, and then you say, oh, when am I going to play this? So now it's just like, oh, when am I going to puzzle this?
And then you get a new book, and you're like, oh, when am I going to read this?
Yep. But it was such a good book. It looked like such a good book, Bonds. You could not pass that book up.
Well, I have this thing where instead of buying, a postcard or magnet, I actually go to a local bookstore whenever I travel somewhere, and I'll buy a book from there that I think would be so cool to read. And then that way I have a book from each place I've been to, like London or Denver, Colorado, just local bookshops. And I have this great collection of unique books, and I haven't read any of them. Maybe someday.
Maybe someday.
Maybe someday when there's a pandemic and I have nothing. Oh, wait.
Oh.
There's a lot of great things you can do with your time, and sometimes puzzling and sometimes reading, and there's sometimes too many good things to do.
Exactly.
All right. One of the great things that, and Bonds, I think you actually mentioned it, talking about the puzzle themes, and you had mentioned about the villainous line, kind of working with Ravensburger games as well as their puzzles. I would love to know, are there themes that kind of draw you, or what do you look for when looking for a puzzle?
So I really, really appreciate art. So if it's a puzzle that is basically like a really cool art piece that catches my eye, I'm like, oh, that would be a cool puzzle. And some of them would be really hard. Like a lot of modern art pieces are like 3 colors. I was seeing on Instagram on the puzzle section, like some of these people put together puzzles that are basically like 3 columns of colors with lines, and that's it. So it catches my eye. Like I love the unique look of some of them, but then also again, like there's this game that's called Arbitorium, and they actually created a puzzle representing the game, and it was beautiful. So it was artistic and a puzzle and represented a game, and it was really neat. So that's kind of what I go for. Catches my eye.
Melly, what about you? What catches your eye when you're looking for a puzzle?
I think I agree with Bones. It's mostly the art. For example, on this one, I look at the colors and I love it, all the combination, and it's very pleasant to my eyes, and I really like it. And also, yeah, sometimes it's like a click, like you saw it and you're like, oh my gosh, I want to do it. And then you see, oh, it's going to be difficult. Depends on your mood. Sometimes you want easy puzzles. Sometimes you go for a challenging one. So I don't know. I saw the Crypt one that you guys have, and I'm going for it, I think, because it's all on one color. But I think I want to challenge me a little bit more. I don't know if I will be able to do it. I hope so. But yeah, that one, exactly.
Yeah.
Have you done it?
Fabian has. Fabian, I love that this whole conversation, you're just picking up random puzzles that you've got and holding them out for us.
He's like a representative or something.
Yeah, I'm actually super careful with the boxes because the puzzles are just dismantled in sections in the box in case I need to do like a photography project or I just want to look at it. I also have a circular puzzle of the moon, and I thought about like buying a glass table where I can just around the glass table where I could just put it under and just let it sit there.
Oh, nice.
Or like display the Crypt puzzles everywhere in my house.
That would be beautiful. Yeah, maybe have a couple different glass poster boards or something of all different crypts.
Yeah. That would be great. Talking about Crypt, is there something you could announce? Maybe not.
I don't know.
On a Crypt that would be maybe this color. No.
Fabian, as a matter of fact, yes. Wow, this is almost like Fabian. Am I reading your teleprompter correctly? Is it my turn to talk now? Yeah. We are actually releasing Crypt in hot pink. Yes.
Wow.
It is sweet. It is hot.
Tell us about it.
One. Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, it's challenging. It's Crypt. It's hot pink. I don't know. Unfortunately, there's not really much after that because, it's all one color.
So help us out, because I know a lot of people know what this is, especially if they're following puzzles. But for those who don't know, what is a Crypt puzzle?
So Crypt is, as Fabian has said, one solid color. And what is the difficult part about it is you puzzle it based solely on the shape. So it has a pattern in it. And the different Crypt puzzles have a different arrangement of the pieces. Yep. Man, Fabian, this is like
wow,
like we rehearsed this or something.
I mean, they're easy to access. So
it's like the next level of challenge because it's not like referencing the box will help you. It does have an insert to show you the layout of the pieces, but you are relying really on it's a lot of trial and error, patience, and diligence. It is the ultimate puzzling test.
I'm surprised Fabian doesn't have it done already to show us. Come on now.
You can watch my 3 videos I've done. They're all done at the end. Yeah.
With the plug, Fabian.
So that actually flows perfectly into something, Nate, that I wanted to talk to you about. I've heard that you have some puzzles that you might be able to reveal coming in 2021.
I do, absolutely.
So if we can maybe even zoom in on Nate.
Yes. So what I would just like to do on one of my other screens is, in case, let's start with, okay. So the first one I would like to share is this wonderful 100-piece underwater puzzle. So this is by an artist we work with. She has done adult puzzles for us in the past, and we had asked her if she would be interested in developing kids puzzles, and this is one of 2 that we have from her. It is awesome. Yeah.
And it's just fabulous.
Yes, so this is called Underwater Wonders, and this is a 100-piece puzzle, but it is just, it's gorgeous, it's cute. There's just these cute little moments like the fish with a little peg leg, the watering of plants, and they're underwater. It's crazy. The books, I mean, there's just so many cute things happening with it. And it's just an awesome sense of, like, here with the fish with the bubble, just so many little moments and little stories to see within it.
Part of the puzzles, I think, is sometimes when it's just a picture, it's great to look at the picture and be able to see things. But when you're down in the nitty-gritty details of a puzzle and you're doing a piece by piece, you really see all those wonderful details that go into these.
Yeah. Yeah, and even for, whether it's for adult or kids, we still want to have those nice detailed moments to talk about, whether if you're puzzling with somebody or by yourself, just really spark some creativity, some imagination, and tell your own stories with it. I mean, even this little fish has glasses, a little mustache. It's just, every time you look at it, it's so cute. This fish is blowing bubbles. It's just wonderful little things. The little gift of the flower gets me every time.
Love it. Can you tell us how many pieces it is? 100.
So this is a 100-piece kids puzzle.
Wonderful. It's gorgeous.
And I missed it. When is this going to be available?
This is out this year.
It's already out?
Yeah. So we have our cycles of when we release stuff. We have our specialty line, which is always released at the start of the year, give or take a month or 2. But yeah, this is everything I am showing is available this year.
So I don't know if you could somehow link that maybe for people in chat to buy it. I will actually click on that link and save it. That's an idea.
Is this possible for whoever is steering one of the moderators to do so? If that is at all possible?
But we can.
So now we started with a kids puzzle. So I have a couple more that we're really excited to share. So those of you who are familiar with the Cozy Retreat puzzle, that is something that has truly shattered Ravensburger sales history. It is our best-selling puzzle. If you're not familiar with it, you should definitely check out that puzzle. It's a large format puzzle like we're doing now. And so we wanted to continue off of that feeling of being really immersed in your puzzle. So here is Cozy Cabana.
Wow.
So it's that feeling that you're there, you're relaxing, you have your nice book. And you can really feel like you're a part of this puzzle.
Wow, that is gorgeous.
That looks like the exact kind of place that we would want to be this year.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep. And it's all about this kind of point of view experience where It's like there's a difference between with some puzzles or just illustrations in general where it feels like you're looking in to a scene, but we're taking it to the next level of you actually feeling like you're there with just how the perspective is set up.
Mm-hmm. Now, I need to
I
ask
think
the
I would-
really important question. Can you read the book when you're done with the puzzle?
Ooh.
You know, I believe we actually, just for the sake of consistency with Cozy Retreat, we actually did blur the text a little bit just for the sake of ambiguity. We want to leave it up to imagination and interpretation as to what you're reading.
That makes sense. I actually really like that. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
It's the book that you bought when you were there instead of a magnet.
That's
Right.
right.
Not one of the books that you said, I'll read this, and then you set it in your shelf.
Yeah.
This is the book that you decide to find the time to read.
Ooh, deep.
Deep. Yep. So then to jump back to another, okay. So this ties in perfectly to what Tuck was talking about. Again, good thing we rehearsed this. When one of my big resolutions for themes is to explore not only themes that we know work for puzzles, but combining themes. Successful themes that we know work for puzzles. So for kids, for example, one thing we know is really successful is dinosaurs. Another thing that we know is super successful is space. So can you imagine where this is going? I give you Space Dinosaurs, a 200-piece kids puzzle.
What?
Fantastic.
What?
We are thrilled with how this idea has come to life. We also have this as a 3x49, which is 349-piece kids puzzle. There's going to be a variant of this that is a different style, but it's still the same idea where you have dinosaurs in space. I am thrilled with this. I think this is super cool. It's different, but it's still got that imagination it captures. You still get these awesome moments in space, and it's such a cool story to think about. It's dinosaurs in freaking space.
Yeah, I don't think you can get much better than dinosaurs in spacesuits with their little helmets. It's and then a gorgeous space background. So that is fantastic.
So that's where they all went. I see.
This is with an artist we actually had worked with for the first time last year, and it's incredible work. He's done incredible work, has not done puzzle artwork before, so I think that's another thing that's really exciting. We're working with artists who are new to it, but when they get it, they get it. So we're thrilled with what this artist has done. He nailed it.
Yeah, that is unfortunately, and maybe it's good for me, I am loving these kids puzzles, and the great thing about that is they're probably more in my piece count range, because I could
That's exactly what I was thinking too.
So I would love to have these gorgeous kids artworks.
So to go back to, we're talking about relaxing, and to go back to adult puzzles, this is Quaint Cafe. So this is a sort of duality we have of like feeling like you're inside a place and outside a place. And this is just a nice, relaxing coffee shop, very modern, feeling kind of like a local business. And this is a place you just want to relax, have your nice latte, and chill. So we're really excited with how this turned out. It feels very real. It feels very welcoming and warm, while the colors are still nice and cool. There's nothing too gaudy about what we're seeing. And it's just like the nice little details that, this artist put in are just great. Everything just blends nicely together. You have this nice little moment with the cat and the bird. There's just, again, it's like nice little moments, and there's plenty of things that break up the space where you're not worried about like, oh, I have a lot of sky, or, ooh, I have a lot of this part right here. So we try to be very careful about looking at stuff like this to say, okay, do we need something right here? Hey, maybe let's shift the cat around so we can fill up that space right there. Oh, maybe we need to change the color of this mug because it doesn't really fit with the vibe of the coffee shop. So that's how granular we get with some of these details, because otherwise, it takes one little thing to really, it can turn you off from a puzzle because you're looking at these pieces up close.
Absolutely. That's what I was thinking when you were talking about that, is it really makes each piece interesting when you're putting it in, rather than here's another blue one. No offense to the Crypt puzzles, that's all they are, but they have their own interestingness, but something like this, every piece has something unique to it, which is awesome.
I have a question about them as well. You said that, like you said, maybe we need to move this cat over here. Can you like digitally move that around, or does the artist have to re-sketch something, or how does that work?
It totally depends on what medium they work with. So this one was done digitally. So it's a composite of digital assets that they either will have to purchase online or have that they've made, or sometimes it's just a Photoshop painting. It's all about also how an artist builds their piece, right? So if you put everything on a bunch of separate layers, it's much easier. So that's why we also try to make sure feedback that we provide for artists and agencies we work with are very detailed, so that way we don't have to have them go back. And sometimes it has to happen. We usually have stuff presented with a sketch when we're briefing artwork of, hey, we would like you to design or create this. We will have a sketch, and then we will go into color and then make updates from there. So once we approve the sketch, usually it's like, okay, things are laid out okay. We like how this feels. We feel like this background looks good. And then when we add color, that's when we start to get into the details. Like, hey, can we add more shadow to this, or can we brighten this up? Especially brightening stuff. You want to avoid having those really dark areas. And it's a tricky balance.
I have one more question too. I noticed that there was no electronics in this cafe, which is something that you don't really like. When I go to cafe, before COVID and everything, I always saw laptops everywhere, students studying, cell phones out, people writing on laptops. So did you want to avoid that, or did it just never come up with this picture?
It actually never came up, but I really think for a lot of stuff like this, we still try to promote a disconnect.
Okay.
So, and I think we would also look at that. If you think about how a laptop would look, you would think, would it be closed? Because if it's closed, then I think of objects as pieces. So if I saw an open laptop, I say, oh, that's like a lot of the blank screen. And then you have to start thinking, what would you put on the screen? So I think that's a great point. It all depends on what kind of mood you're trying to create. For this one, it was just a tiny little getaway from, I think, it was to unplug.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
And I think you see that with this, as well as the cabana is kind of, when you're doing a puzzle, you're for the most part unplugged while you work on it. And those are the kind of feelings that we're getting from these puzzles as well.
Unless you're a space dinosaurs, of course, in which case,
unless space dinosaurs, and then very technologically oriented. But also a mix of very old-timey dinosaurs.
Yep.
Love it.
Oh, man. Yeah, that artist had explained there was inspiration drawn from The Martian, the design of the spacesuits. I said, that is so cool.
Mm-hmm.
So now I would like to share this is something a little different. This is one of our new escape puzzles. So for those who aren't familiar with an escape puzzle, the idea is you have a story that is based around the puzzle, right? So the process, or I'd say the process, but the experience is you read the story about the puzzle. So in this case, you're a young artist and you are going to see something's happened with your master, the master artist. So you go to see what's going on and you see that they have covered up this art piece. And we want to create a sense of urgency with this. So you're trying to escape because the guards are on their way, because this artist, your master, has practiced a type of painting style that is forbidden. So what you have to do is you have to, one, discover, okay, what was the secret technique, and also make your escape. So we want to create a sense of urgency with this. This is based on the idea of an escape room. So what's cool about escape puzzles is once you have finished the puzzle image on the box is actually different from what you puzzle.
What?
That's cool.
And the reason for that is there are clues and riddles hidden on the puzzle. So this is the box image. What you see in the puzzle has numbers and different images and different arrangements on stuff. Because what you're going to do after is you need to solve the riddles, which then tell you which piece to take from the puzzle, take physically off of the puzzle, and put together to form the solution. So we have gamified puzzling. Yes.
That is so cool.
I will say, though, they're pretty challenging. You definitely have to be in the escape room mentality, and I have actually not participated in an escape room. So when I tried one of our older ones, it was definitely racking my brain because I was trying to figure this out. You definitely have to be in the right mindset for it. So this is a continuation of that theme where you have to understand, okay, what am I looking for with these riddles? What clues do I need? And you will piece together the solution, and you will place it over where how would I say this? You place the solution pieces to uncover the truth of whatever the escape scenario is.
Wow.
Yes.
And I will say everything in the chat kind of blew up with this one. Everyone is super excited about this. We've got a lot of people saying that they either love them or they would love to try them. So this sounds like definitely something that would be a lot of fun. And
so go ahead, Tuck, please.
I was going to say, I would love to see somebody do this. This would be the kind of thing that I might do like a YouTube for, because I may not be able to do that kind of a thing, but I would love to see it done.
So what's cool is we have two formats for escape puzzles. We have our usual piece count, which is 759 pieces, but what we released is, and this is one of the 759 piece ones, we actually developed for this year 368 piece adult escape puzzles. So that way it's less about the puzzling if you want to focus more on the riddles and challenges. So it's still the same size as far as dimensions, it's just half as many pieces so you can get to the challenge quickly. So we're trying to appeal to people who are more interested in the challenge, and as well as people who are interested in also the puzzling experience.
Love it.
Which makes sense because I really think people will be spending a lot of time on the riddles, or maybe that's just me.
That is so cool.
It is definitely a really cool concept.
How long do you think that, stuff like that takes? I've never even heard about it till just now.
As far as development, as far as actually completing the...
If I were to buy that puzzle right now, would it take me, who's never done it before, would it take me like a whole week of trying to do, start to finish?
For the puzzle itself, I don't think so. I would say it's probably about the same time for 1,000 piece, I would say.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's different.
I agree.
Fabian. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, because of how the box image is different from the actual puzzle, I would say to accommodate for that, yeah, it's about 1,000 pieces.
Okay.
As far as the riddles go, I don't know. I could never click my brain into escape room mode to solve the one that I attempted when I first started at Ravensburger. So maybe now, as 1 year in, maybe I'll revisit the escape puzzle scenario and see how I do.
That was crazy. The first time that I tried it, I didn't know that the image was different than the box. So I was like, wait a minute, what's going on here?
Do they not tell you?
Over customer service, say, excuse me, we have a
Yeah.
misconception.
Was really fun, especially the change part. It's really funny usually and tricky. So it's really cool puzzle to try it out.
All right, and then last but not least, certainly not least, I could not resist sharing this, although I will have to preface, this is only available in Canada, but I could not resist sharing something that is near and dear to my heart, and I hope is near and dear to the many fans of Star Wars.
What?
So we talked a lot about Crypt, about challenge, and what that kind of experience is like. And Ravensburger has had a really strong success with challenge puzzles. So I am super excited to share with you all the Mandalorian challenge puzzle.
That is awesome.
Oh my goodness.
Again,
What makes it a challenge puzzle specifically?
so what we have found is with the sheer number of characters that we could cram into a puzzle image, we have the similarities with the Mandalorians, we have the Stormtroopers, it is just the collection of them. And so we think aspects like having the similar mask design or helmet design, same thing with the Stormtroopers. There's a lot of intricacies and a lot of similarities, even with some of the colorations of the Mandalorians. This is something that really, it's an exciting kind of challenge, but it's challenging nonetheless. So I'm super thrilled with how this turned out as a huge Mando fan.
So why is it only in Canada?
Coming? Yeah, that's what I was wondering. If it's Canada only, is it limited time or is it?
It's usually just something that has to do with rights. Without diving into the nuances and many intricacies of rights by companies, but we do have the rights for Star Wars in Canada.
Okay.
Got it.
But those are the puzzles that I am super happy to have shared with everybody.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for taking some time and showing us some of those. I am really excited about some of these new puzzles that come out
Me too.
from cozy ones to puzzling ones and escape rooms. Those are looks like a really good lineup for the year. Thank you, Nate. Thank you. We appreciate the insight.
Yeah, thank you.
Of course.
All right, so I'm going to take another pause here and just kind of remind everyone, for those of you who are just joining us or haven't been here too long, there is a giveaway happening right now on the Ravensburger North America Twitter page. And all you have to do is like and retweet the giveaway post. And they are giving away a gorgeous Wizard of Oz themed puzzle, Lions, Tigers, and Bears, oh my. It's brand new 1,000-piece puzzle. And again, all you have to do is like and retweet the giveaway post from Ravensburger North America Twitter page. And a few other things as far as social network goes. There is a group, if you love sharing your puzzle finds, progress in your work, or chatting with others about your favorite jigsaw puzzles, you can join the Facebook group called the Ravensburger Spoke Puzzler Group. And you can do all kinds of various things with them, from chatting to sharing, kind of like what we're doing here, on a more regular basis. And then as well, if you want to keep up with some of the new puzzle releases that we just saw are absolutely fantastic, please join the Ravensburger North America, either Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or YouTube. So whatever social media you use, Ravensburger is there with all kinds of new news and information. And we'll be doing more things here on Twitch as well, between some more puzzles and puzzle hangouts, as well as some of their board games that they do. All right, thank you all. So let's get back talking to our puzzlers, and I would love to kind of check in and see how everybody is doing. We can kind of see progress, but kind of talk to us about progress and, kind of your thought process as far as what you go for when you're working on these. So Bonds, how are you doing?
So what you see is what you got here, and I think that's why I'm going to be ordering a kids puzzle coming out this year.
Gorgeous.
So usually what I do is I usually do this in the living room. This is my working desk where I have to, clock in the morning and set my keyboard up. So what I'm doing right now is I'm just going to be working on the edge pieces, because unfortunately after this evening, I will have to move the entire puzzle. So I'm trying not to get too involved with, with the larger, middle sections.
That makes sense. Yeah, and having a constrained work environment is tough. It's harder to kind of sift through the pieces. It's harder to kind of line them out and pick your spaces. So definitely props to doing something on maybe a suboptimal working condition so you can share it with us.
And like also, I really wish I had like an overhead lamp type thing, because it is kind of getting dark. On camera, it doesn't look too bad actually, but in real life, there's a sort of a reflection on this dark upper curtain border. And so I can't really even see the lines. So I'm kind of just blindly putting pieces in here. Makes it more adventurous, kind of like a Sherlock Holmes puzzle or whatever you call them, the mystery puzzles.
Yeah, the mystery puzzles. Making it a little tougher on yourself.
Yeah, why not? Like a challenge.
All right, Melly, you are making fantastic progress. Tell us about what you've got going on.
Well, I have 500 pieces too, so I think Bonds is doing a great job there. I'm doing easier with the colors, you know, and I did all the edges, and now I think I will focus, I don't know, whatever pop-ups, and I find a lot of pieces together, I try to do that, so. But so far
it's a lot of groups of colors, which looks like it would go together well.
Exactly, yeah. It's all very shiny colors and bright and super nice. It's really, yeah.
Yeah, you may get close to finishing here by the time of the end of the stream. That's awesome.
Well, let's hope.
We'll see how it goes. Fabian, I want
to so I have to be fast.
Practicing. Fabian, I want to check in. I have been watching your progress as you go, and I love your technique. You're working it kind of on the side, and then somehow are able to lift and move into the middle without disrupting.
Yeah, so that's actually what I like about the Ravensburger puzzle pieces, is that you can like pick them up and they pretty much stay all together, which is nice. Which is useful when working on like, very tight spaces.
Wait, so now I have no excuses. Because if I put it all together, I would just be able to lift it off my desk and move it. Oh, why did you have to say that?
Yeah, is that actually a challenge? I think it's like the lift puzzle challenge on Instagram.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
So like, well, yeah, I'm just trying to work with this more like distinct colors. So there's only one spot of like bright purple and another one spot of dark purple, and then all the brown orangish is going to be like the rest of the puzzle. So I'm trying to sort out the easy colors and finish with the hard part.
Wait, so we're doing the same puzzle. Did you start from scratch at the beginning of the stream?
No, I only sorted the edges, and I was missing two edge pieces.
I feel a little bit better because we're doing the same exact puzzle and we started at the same exact time, but I didn't sort out my edges first. So that's obviously why I'm behind. Obviously.
I love it, Bonds. And Nate, I know we distracted you for a little while with showing us some amazing puzzles. But how are you coming?
You know, I think sorting the water was a big part. Right now, I think it's just starting on the edges, you know? This is some standard stuff, standard puzzle practices, and I'm feeling good. You know, I feel like I already have 150 pieces right in front of me, so I have to say, I'm probably a lot further ahead than I was last time.
Hey.
I love it. Yeah, and like I said, we distracted Nate for a little bit, so we will give him a little bit of leniency as far as not being as quite far along as some of our others.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
I just realized my puzzle has here a little cat arm, cat leg. I don't know if you can see it.
It does. And I think on the left, you've got a tail as well.
And a tail here, exactly. I just realized that. It's very, very cute.
I love it. We've got the pets coming in, and they're sitting close enough to watch, but hopefully not going to disturb the puzzle.
Wait, I thought you said your cat was coming up to disturb your puzzle. Like, uh-oh, live action here.
My cats are out of the room with the door closed, and sometimes they don't want me to do that, and they will scratch at the door, but they're doing pretty good so far, so I appreciate them giving a little bit of space. Yeah, that would be challenge mode if we allowed pets while we're all puzzling. That would make for some interesting stream.
Quality content.
Absolutely. Oh, goodness. All right. So sticking with our resolution theme, I would love to know, and I know most of you are, puzzling for, if not a job, but at least a kind of a pastime. I would love to know about your best times, because I know that puzzling on kind of a speed thing is definitely a thing. So is there a best time that you're going for this year, or is there something that you're going to try and push yourself to time-wise, or is that something that you do at all?
So as Ravensburger was advertising before, we actually have a second stream coming out January 28th, and it will actually be a race. And Fabian, are you actually going to be in that stream?
Oh no.
Are you going to be? If so, my goal is to beat him at that stream, and then I'll be done for the rest of 2020.
Huh.
I mean, 2021. Oh my gosh.
There it is. It happened.
Oh no. 2021.
Yeah, so just as a note, since you mentioned that, our next puzzle hangout will be in 2 weeks on January 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern. And I'll mention that again. But January 28th, 7 p.m. Eastern. And it will be, like she mentioned, a speed puzzling competition where they will actually be doing 3 puzzles as fast as they can. So we are very excited. So definitely tune in here on Twitch on January 28th at 7 p.m. for a speed puzzling competition. Which,
Bring it on.
I'm very excited about. And apparently we've got a little bit of a grudge match between Bonds and Andy. So I'm looking forward to that.
Can't wait
I
to
think
get
now
the
it
answer.
has to be.
Melly, what about you? Do you puzzle for times?
No, but I have to start doing it. I think it's going to be challenging for me, and I think for the competition in 2 weeks. So I want to know how I am.
Absolutely. Fabian, what about you? First off, are you going to be here in 2 weeks?
I actually can't be there in 2 weeks because I usually teach on Thursday evenings. I teach piano, and so I humbly apologize to my students tonight, but I had to move them.
Wait, can you just tell them that you're in a national, global competition?
Of course, I could do that, but it's like a mess to handle schedules, and they all have like online lessons, and they're all stressed out because of the pandemic, and they have like they're all elementary school students, and they all have those kinds of class online. So imagine being like at 8 and having to manage online classes.
Yeah.
Must be very stressful for them, and like not very fun.
Well, that makes me sad. I wish you were going to be here.
We do appreciate you joining it tonight. That's awesome for us.
Yeah, I'll see what I can maybe arrange. I'll see.
Fabian's going to remote in. He's going to be playing piano with one hand, puzzling with the other, and still kicking our butts.
Oh no!
Yeah.
That might put us all on an even playing field.
Like that, yeah.
So Fabian, we won't get to see you in action in 2 weeks, but in general, do you puzzle for times?
So for most of my puzzles, I always do a video at the end. So I time lapse it with like the top down angle, and then I always count my time so I can put it somewhere in the video so I can also recall, because it's actually a good strategy for me to be able to know how much time it takes me to do a certain puzzle piece count, because then I can plan the number of average photos I need to get to have a certain length of video.
That's
and yeah,
very
just
for a time lapse
like,
instead of just speeding up a video.
Yeah. So I have to plan, like I have to do 5,000 photos at 24 frames a second, so it can do like a 3-4 minute video. Yeah, and it's also for personal record. Like I have one app with all my times on puzzles, and the fastest I did was a 100 pieces puzzle, and I think it was like 4 minutes and a half, 4 minutes and 40 seconds.
So
All right.
what
Like
app
that.
is that?
It's just like a regular timer app, but then you have a stopwatch section, and I have them all recorded. And there's actually a cloud sync on that app, so even if I like download, delete the app, it's stored on the cloud.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it.
That's a very cool.
It's just
way
for
of
like
doing
personal satisfaction.
Bonds and Belly, I'm going to be honest, we're not going to win this. So we would have stood no chance if Fabian were here.
Yeah, you're
If
right.
Fabian is like prepared for this. This is like hyperbolic time chamber from Dragon Ball Z level of training. Fabian's been going.
He's been training for eons,
He
and
has been.
yeah. I don't know. Maybe you shouldn't reschedule those piano lessons. Just saying.
Fabian, you should be with your students. You know, I think they really could use, you know, you are an expert. You're getting your master's. Like, I think they need you.
You need to
We'll miss
focus
you
on your
sincerely.
schooling.
Maybe it's a strategy. Oh, not so good, blah blah blah, and in 2 weeks, you're really
Yeah, I
You
could.
need to be here.
Yeah, I think actually I'll teach while puzzling. Is that a good idea?
We stand no chance,
you have
ladies.
an advantage.
Well, and
That
as
would be very
Disney
fun.
says, I think with Fabian out, Bonds wins by default. So that works out pretty well for Bonsonator.
Oh, for tonight's stream with the puzzle.
No, for next week's, if Fabian doesn't show up, that's a forfeit.
Oh, okay. I'm down. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
That's what we signed.
What we signed.
In 2 weeks, though, not next week.
Oh, that's right. 2 weeks on the 28th. And Nate, I know you've mentioned you do a lot of the smaller puzzles just to try and make sure that they work out. Do you also time those so that you know kind of how long they take? Because I imagine that you just kind of equate yourself with some of the younger crowd and say, if it takes me 5 minutes, it'll take an 8-year-old 5 minutes. Is that how that works?
Unfortunately, I am not a good benchmark. I actually, when I first started, we had a speed puzzle competition, and I was with one of our interns, and man, we were so amped, and we thought we were doing great, and we were one of the last finishers.
no.
So it was,
That's
it
humbling.
was slow. But again, it was a year ago. I was young, I was naive, and now I'm a veteran, seasoned product manager and puzzler-ish. So I think, based on the wolf puzzle, I think any progress is a vast improvement.
Absolutely.
But I've never timed myself though. No, not with this.
Yeah, puzzling is one of those things. I don't time it because, like I mentioned earlier, I end up walking away and coming back to it. And I find, for me personally, that when I come back, that's usually when I find the pieces that I was looking for, because it is not there until I leave. So timing would not work out well for me unless I had a stopwatch that I could stop and start again. But
Yeah, you can stop it and then start it back again after. That's not a problem.
Basically, no excuses.
Wait, maybe you also coach puzzling? Maybe that's the next move after with piano lessons. You can balance piano lessons and puzzling lessons.
Puzzling less.
Teach us your technique.
It's I don't know. It's just sorting colors and.
Whoa! We have to Venmo you for that information.
Yeah. The only thing I would appreciate is having a bigger table. Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I'll make a note. Ravensburger specially designed table for puzzling.
I would enjoy, yeah.
Well, they have board game tables that are custom made because there's not a company out there that does them regularly.
Mm.
So that you can buy board game tables where you have like a slab of wood that is beautifully inlaid in the table, and then they also have cup holders on the outside, and then you just kind of lift up the slabs of wood, put them against the wall, and then underneath you have kind of a set in whatever material, green felt or whatever, and then you can if you're not done with the board game, you just put the boards back on the table and you can eat.
Mm-hmm.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the roll up that Ravensburger has without even having to roll it up.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure people use that for puzzles as well. The ones that I see are super expensive, and they're for board gamers. Some of them even have like dice rolling trays and stuff that it comes with. So, I mean, I'm sure there's one out there for puzzlers, but if Ravensburger did one too, I mean, hey, limited edition, there's only 500. You get a puzzle piece with your name inlaid on the edge.
Dang, that would be nice.
I know. See, we got our first customer right there.
Absolutely. Yeah. A big spot where you can kind of have a focus on puzzles would be wonderful. Because I know a lot of times we do it on the table, and then as soon as we need to eat, it kind of gets either eaten on, which is pretty dangerous with me. I'm a bit or you have to move it.
Right.
Exactly. So next project for you, Nate. There you go.
Inside sources.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we are getting close to needing to wrap it up, but I want to know, as we kind of wrap up our conversation on resolutions for 2021, is there a puzzle on your wish list that you would love to complete? Something that you've either got on the shelf that you haven't pulled out yet, or something that is up and coming that maybe we saw from Nate or something like that that you definitely wanted to get in your belt this year?
For me, I think the goal would be to get a space to do puzzles, really, because I was looking at different puzzles I wanted to do, and every time I found a cool design, like I'd save it on my Amazon cart or whatever, I'd be like, but where am I going to put it? And so then I wouldn't buy any of them. So, but I think now seeing like the newer, younger puzzles, like the 100 piece and all that, like they're small enough, I could do them easily in like an afternoon before dinner and then put them away, because that's definitely my level. And then I would probably be more convinced to buy them. So I think actually I'd like to try that one puzzle with the painting where you have to try and solve it. And then I also want to try the one where it looks like you're in it. What was that one called again?
That was Cozy Cabana. So we actually have Cozy Cabana. We'll have Cozy Bathroom, where you're in a hotel in Paris.
Ooh.
And we're going to have Cozy Wine Terrace. So we're really trying to build out the series. So
Serious, yeah.
No.
So that and then also like the space dinos was super cool.
I know I was geek, but I love how Space Dinosaurs turned out.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Fabian, what about you? Is there something that you've got on your checklist that you want to make sure you do this year?
Yeah, it's definitely pink, and it's called Crypt.
Mm-hmm. I thought you might say that.
Yeah, and the tiger, lions, oh my, bears. Yeah, I definitely want to do that one, because when I did the Alice one, and then when I did the video, actually, I was really involved into the colors. At first, I was like, okay, it's going to be an Alice in Wonderland puzzle, fine. But then, like, just looking at the end result was like, wow, this flash of color. And I've actually emailed Dean McAdams saying that I had like done a video about his puzzle, and I sent it, and he really liked it, and he said, I wish you can do like the next puzzle that'll be out this year. So I think he's going to appreciate that I maybe do the video. And so yeah, Crypt, and the second one, tigers, lions, bears.
Lions, tigers.
Oh my.
It's actually from a song in the Wizard of Oz, right?
Yep.
That's right. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it might even be from that scene. They're kind of walking through on the yellow brick road. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's cool about that puzzle is Dean actually pulled elements from the book. So things like I believe the bees are one thing he pointed out, are not actually in the movie, but they are in the book. So he actually had a more holistic look to it.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool.
Very cool. I love it. And Nate, what about you? What's your goal this year?
So I'd like to have 3 because one from each of the other product managers, specific ones that we worked on. So for me, I don't think this comes as a surprise to anybody. I want to get my hands on that Mando challenge puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
And then for Eddie, who handles our adult licensed puzzles, we have a Disney Princess Art Nouveau puzzle coming out this year, which is amazing.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah. And then Rachel, who handles adult generic puzzles, we have this piece, which we're talking about artwork, as being one. This one is called Birds of Art, and it is stunning. It's going to be a challenging one, but it is just stunning. So be on the lookout for those, especially because those are going to be, we're really excited about those in particular.
Absolutely. That sounds awesome. Very cool. All right. Well, we are kind of getting close to the end here. I want to thank everybody that made this possible. So all of our puzzlers, as well as everyone that tuned in and watched and chatted with us, we thank you all so much. So I do want to give another call out to all of our puzzlers and kind of mention where you can follow them. So we have Bonds from @Bondsinator, and she is on Bonds. Is it all the social medias basically?
Yeah, so Twitter, Twitch, Instagram are the ones I use the most. And then I'm learning TikTok and I'm learning YouTube.
That is awesome. Yeah, so definitely join Bonds. We actually lost Melly, unfortunately, but you can join Melly from @PuzzleNonstop on Instagram. So definitely stop and give her a like. She was probably getting really close to finishing hers. So you can probably see her completed puzzle on Instagram probably any minute now, I would guess. And then Fabian @TheJigsawSolver. Fabian, where are you?
I'm here. Oh, sorry.
What social medias are you on?
So I'm on Instagram and YouTube. They're all the same name. So @TheJigsawSolver. Yeah.
Wonderful. And we will look forward to seeing yours as well as some of the other things you do, especially the hot pink puzzle that you do.
Yes, absolutely.
As well.
Yeah.
Very cool. And then Nate, tell us about yourself on social media.
I'm off social media, Tuck.
Well, Nate is our wonderful Ravensburger puzzle person, and we thank you all so much for joining. A few things kind of in wrap up, just to make sure that we get this out there just kind of one more time. We want to make sure that everybody can join the giveaway. There's a giveaway on the Ravensburger North America Twitter page. And again, it is for this gorgeous lions, tigers, and bears Oh My puzzle that's based off the Wizard of Oz. It's 1,000 pieces. It's brand new. And the giveaway will close on January 18th. So if you want to enter to win this new prize, this new puzzle, be sure to like and retweet the giveaway post. And that's been in the chat, and it's also just on the Ravensburger North America Twitter page. And then we also want to be sure to invite you all back. Our next puzzle hangout will be on January 28th at 7 p.m. Eastern. It'll be back here on Twitch, so please join us again. And again, it's going to be a speed puzzling competition, and Fabian will not be running away with it. So we'll get to see some of our other puzzlers competing for 3 puzzles as fast as they can.
I'm going to start practicing right now.
Yep.
All right. Thank you all again to all of our puzzlers, to all of the people that watched and commented. We appreciate you all so much. And we hope you all have resolutions of your own and have a wonderful 2021. And we'll see you in a few weeks. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.